But for a car that's sitting 10 plus years, boys. G'day guys, welcome back to Street Car Culture. Today we're working on the 929. We're going to try and sort out this nastiness, and in the last episode you would have seen we tried to get it fired up, and we couldn't get it running, so we're going to investigate that further and sort out and see if we can get this thing fired up. So, but firstly, I've got a delivery from the local parts store. So that's the flapper wheel we're going to use to run all this back. Some rust converter. This is just surface, but I want to treat it anyway. Edge primer. We're just going to primer this section for now just so it's protected. Some fuel hose so we can sort out what's going on with the fuel tank. Hose clamps, fuel filter, and some brake fluid. So yeah, the aim today is this episode is to get this prepped and sorted, see if we can get the car running and see if we can get the brakes working, so I can check transmission and stuff like that. So let's get to it. Alright guys, now the rust converter is dry, we're just going to hit it with some edge primer, just some cheap stuff. This is not a how to repair surface rust. This is literally, I'm only doing this just so I can protect it till I get it to a body shop and it looks a little bit neater. Obviously this is going to have to be repaired a bit more thoroughly. The reason I think, you see like the bog's built up a tiny bit. The reason I think that is just by running my hand over it, it's a bit rough. It's got a high spot here, digs in about here, so I think it's had a hit here. They've pulled it out and then they've used filler to straighten the panel, and then obviously over time the filler's cracked, allowed water to seep in, sit there, and then start sort of surface rusting the panel. So literally it's just a grey primer just so it looks neater, and then further down the track it will get tidied up a bit better. guys, we're getting stuck into the fuel system. I removed the gas tank and fuel tank off camera, so the gas tank sat in the wheel well. See the bracketry. After removing the gas tank, I realised that there was no fuel pump, so all this plate was missing. I pulled this off the blue shell that I've got, so I've tested this and it works. So now we're gonna start plumbing up the fuel lines and everything again. So the fuel line's missing. I don't know what they've done when they installed the tank, but they've moved the fuel line. They've pulled all the fuel, basically the fuel system out, so maybe it wasn't dual fuel, maybe it was just straight gas, but the fuel lines, the metal lines still run under the car. I just got to run hose to them and then sort out the tank situation. The tank's all nice and clean and everything, so yeah. So let's start plumbing, putting the filter in, plumbing all these lines, and then see if we can get this bad boy started. Alright guys, I've been at it for about an hour. I've jimmied up the fuel lines. I took the other car for reference. I've jimmied it up to the tank. I confirmed the fuel pump turns on, so that's all good. It's just all sitting there at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, after referencing the other car's setup, I have come to realise that the other car is in fact wrong, and I had these two pipes around the wrong way. That's why it was aerating the tank. So we technically should have a running car. Now I'm not going to run it for long in case there's any leaks, but for a car that's sitting 10 plus years, boys, she's a bit rough, she needs a service, but check that shit out. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. We got the car running and sorted. Next on the list is to fix up a bunch of leaks, give the car a probably a degrees, a wash, a service, and bleed the brakes, and then go from there. Hopefully we'll be able to test drive it. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you at the next one.